Just shook it.
They don't cover what it's basically about 9 people feeling good. And there's 2 slides on the rest of it is on data. Right.
Do you have to put your camera on?
And disappear.
Leave it, won't it?
You know when you're if you want some
I
distraction.
feel like it's something. But it's like everything, government just pushing more and more.
Oh, yeah. Yeah.
On volunteer government.
Oh, look at that face.
Good evening, everybody, members and members of the public and board councillors. We will make a start. All disruptions.
Yes, Chair. And apologies from County Councillor Peter Bedford, from Councillor Gannon, and Councillor Cook said that he was having trouble with David Edgar and reported his apologies as something about him.
Okay, thank you. Declarations of interest and observations of interest for this evening. Anyone? No, thank you. Minutes of council meeting held on the 13th of June. So I'll have to hand to Vice Chair for that because I wasn't here. Seems like a distant memory, a holiday, but there you go.
Well, you can still take the item, Chair, it's just that you can't agree them because you weren't here.
That's right. Yeah.
Does that mean take it?
You're passing it over.
So, yes, has anybody got any comments or queries, additions, omissions?
Well, I circulated them to the Vice Chair.
Yes.
She came back with some suggestions, so I've amended according to the suggestions, but I haven't heard about any of it.
Item 35, appointment outside organisations, resolved that section A, councillors Margaret Bowler and Kevin Crook be appointed as the council representatives on the Gelson Liaison Committee with Councillor Claire Harris as a reserve. I was under the understanding that it was myself and
Actually, Lorraine, that was one thing I did send back to you because I was confused by that.
So was I, because I've got.
I thought, and unfortunately Councillor Crook isn't here yet, but I thought he said, and I may be wrong, we may have to check the recording, I thought he said he couldn't do it because he wasn't available for quite a few weeks.
That's
because
what I
he
thought
was
he
busy.
said. That's right. He did.
That was
Yes.
my recollection.
Well, that is fine. As I say, I've got it down. I may have got it confused because I've got the 3 names back. And I just assumed that Kevin and yourself, well, because you want it before.
No, I think Kevin said he was got too much
I
on him.
thought he said
did.
he got too
Oh,
much
right,
on.
I'm happy
Yes.
to- Yeah, if
Yeah.
that's the case,
Yes.
amend it.
Yes. Is everyone happy if we make
Yes.
that
Yeah,
amendment?
yeah.
Yes.
Okay.
So we're happy with the minutes, yeah.
Right, participation.
Is everybody happy with minutes and subjects left? to
Yeah, I'll
amendment?
put a second, yeah.
That's fine.
Still got my old books on the line. Yes, item 4, public participation. Is there anything? Or?
Yes, please. Good evening, everyone, anyway.
You need to
Oh, sorry.
stand up, chap.
I would like to continue on Cliff Lane. I raised these concerns with Councillor Cook about 9 months ago about the dust levels on the quarry.
Oh, right, that's Mr. Webster.
That's it, yes. He subsequently emailed the Internal Mystery, the planning department, and about the independent dust survey they're supposed to be carrying out. he actually requested an independent dust analysis because of all the dust. I get huge amounts of dust on my cars, on my windowsills, everywhere. A real mystery. I found this out from the Freedom of Information Act I requested. She emailed him back saying yes, there is an independent dust company going to do the analysis or have a look at it, etc. But it's Dustscan who have a large financial interest in the quarry. They do all their dust programs already. And I think it's very misleading, as she said to him in an email which I got, oh, it's an independent dust company going to do the dust survey at my house. When they already have a large interest. If you look in the dictionary, independent means separate.
Yes.
I've looked at it, no connection. Well, they have got a connection with the quarry. I'm a big financial interest.
I'm not entirely sure just how much interjection we can make on this. I mean, I'll take guidance from, but
I don't think we can
I
we?
don't think we can.
No, I think
It's
the
beyond
count.
us.
I think Peter may be on the liaison committee.
that's a good point, David.
Yes.
It is, yeah.
I
We
totally
used to
take his
have
point.
Absolutely.
we used to have
Yeah.
someone on the liaison committee as well.
Yes, yes.
I should leave no email. She should have sent back to the council for, oh, it is a company that has a dust scan, to be honest, it's fun.
But I could kind of just stop you there.
Yeah.
I haven't had sight, or I don't know whether you have, of what's gone back to Councillor Crook. So as we sit here this evening,
Yeah.
we are not aware of any exchange of email between
Yeah,
Councillor Crook
I should have actually pissed him off there.
Well,
I've
yeah,
got
I mean, we can request it from Councillor Brook if he's prepared to share it with council, and we could probably consider it then if there's any benefit to considering it. But I think what it might do is drive us back to the same conclusion around, whilst we can offer support and write letters in support of your particular concerns, our ability to actually affect any change or get anybody to listen more to us than you is probably limited.
Yeah, I mean, I'm very concerned with the Dr. Luke Evans anyway.
Yeah.
That's good.
Yeah, I think it's
Good
misleading.
We're talking about
Yeah.
Clearfield.
Saying to a council.
Have you been in touch with the quarry?
Sorry.
Have you been in touch with the quarry?
I have been, yeah.
Got a
But,
complaint here?
yeah, I have, but apparently they're not certain days, not every day, but probably once a month. Knock pictures off the walls. Some days. I mean, I live one of the,
Yeah.
not
Yeah,
the
yeah.
nearest, but one of the nearest properties.
Yeah.
To the quarry, and some days it's like, I think it's an earthquake.
Oh, yeah,
Yeah.
yeah.
I've actually got
Yeah.
noise with it, but
And you got,
yeah. But they blow within their legal limits. But if you
Is there anything you
next
can offer, Chris, as the borough council on this? I mean, Adam, is there any?
Yeah, I mean, I'm just thinking that, and clearly the planning side of things, what planning conditions are they attached?
right, yeah.
At the
so-
moment, there's the expansion plans going ahead. It makes it better, is it?
No, not at all, no, absolutely not.
Sorry.
Quite happy to.
Yeah. I think Margaret.
It isn't Hinkley and Bosworth Borough Council, it's the applications with the county council.
Yeah, but we still have avenues.
I was going to, just sorry to interject, I'm actually on the Clearfield Quarry Committee for Hinkley and Bosworth, so I'm happy if you want to email me where you're at and what's happened so far. I'm
Yeah,
happy
great,
to
thank you.
thrash it out with Hinkley and Bosworth and see where we can go from it.
Yeah, much appreciated.
Yeah,
Thank you,
if you send me an email, I'll be happy to take that on board.
Markfield.
They have dust suppression up there, and going back years ago, when their stockpiles got a bit high, that's when the dust picked up,
Yeah, especially in the summer months.
keeping their
as
stock
well, Obviously, the
levels
rains
low. Yeah.
keeps it slow, so.
Yeah.
I will ask the clerk if she'll contact Councillor Cook and just see if we can get
What correspondence
what's
we've got.
gone back
Yeah.
and forth, because obviously, as is your right, we can make representation here, and if we're not aware of what's been exchanged between the parties, it's very difficult to involve ourselves and sort of try and take it forward for you, if in fact we can. But
One of the other little things as well is, you guys probably won't see it, but obviously I live on Cliff Lane. The amount of foreign noise that obviously when the exit 22 and all the industrial estates come up Cliff Lane, I've been trying to reverse onto our driveway. I've actually put James on the next farm, he's put some big rocks outside. you know, they go down to the roundabout at the bottom and come all the way. It's very badly signposted.
Mm.
And eventually, when we're doing that new road, or if you get there, obviously, it means 42 hours.
Yeah.
I don't mean one or two, I mean regular.
It's constant,
Yeah,
yeah.
it's inherent in the village. I'm afraid this morning, I don't know what was going on, but there were two 40-footers stuck in Main Street because they couldn't negotiate at the green where the cars
Right.
parked.
Were these following lorries or?
No, they were bridges,
Oh,
but they
well,
were clearly
yeah.
following Sat.
Yeah.
So that's the issue.
Yeah, the amount of on with PL and NL on the registrations
And, that,
ES for Spain.
and Chair, while we're on that subject of Main Street today, because I was in Main Street today, I was going to bring this up with County Councillor Peter Bedford, but unfortunately he's not here tonight. The traffic lights outside the beautician and the hairdressers, which was single file, was incredible because it's single file and it was a three-way traffic.
Yes.
So it was single file and it was dustbin day. It was the most crazy. Did you notice it, Lucy? It was the most crazy piece of traffic lights.
Just to finish on this item, when they turned up there, I was having a joke with them when I was walking the dog. And they actually intended to dig a trench from the hairdressers directly opposite to a shop to one of the houses because they believe that if you look at the road, that's where they parked it. So where they've actually finished up digging bears no resemblance to what the traffic management plans for.
It was chaos.
But thanks for raising that. So
Yeah.
we will.
I think there should be better signage in the exit.
Yeah.
So
that's not bad.
Yeah. Just pardon everywhere. Signage up or anything.
Well, thanks for that one. County and borough reports. I think we've got a report from Peter Bedford which you circulated.
I have indeed, yeah.
So I would propose it to right? And that knowledge that we've received it, yeah. Anything from Claire or Chris?
I did email.
Yeah, I'll be on first.
Oh,
Find out.
I've not
See it,
seen
I
it.
didn't see it, I know. Why didn't, what, perhaps I didn't look at the email.
Was that tonight?
No, it was the day you sent it, so that was
Was it yesterday or the day before?
yesterday, the day before.
Any,
Nothing that I'd like to talk about
no?
publicly. If you read the report, you'll
Okay,
understand
that's,
why.
that's absolutely fine. So
I don't think I've
we
seen
will
it.
make sure that we get Claire's.
Yeah, it was sent out.
Yeah, yeah. I mean, if you want to ping a copy to me, Claire, I'll send it out on your behalf if that's all right. Apologies for that.
It's there.
Um,
But
is there anything from you, Chris?
Yeah, apologies, Chair.
No, I've not had it either.
Just to say, I'm back from the holidays now. Father's funeral taken care of and dealt with, and looking forward now to focusing on getting my teeth into the role of district councillor, with plenty to support the parish with, I'm sure, but also lots of training undertaken, as I'm sure Claire can witness. Training on training,
every day.
but, I'm sure it's good stuff. So yeah, looking forward to working with the parish going forward.
Thank you.
Thank you.
For that. So, Chris, any comments, anybody? Any questions of the borough councillors? No? Thank you. Item 6, the Markfield Blue campaign.
Have to put that back, councillor.
Yes,
Can't.
yes. Councillor Bowler suggested that we move that to the end of the agenda,
Yeah.
in the hope that Kevin might turn up, give us a report on that. I think we do need a few minutes on it at some point, because I think there's a few relevant queries and complaints around the village concerning.
Yeah, we need to have a bit of a discussion on it, yes.
But if that's okay, can we move that to the end?
Yeah.
After the sheet votes. Item 7, the Rossburg annual playground.
Yes, sir. But I'm circulating, we've got all got copies of the report. Unfortunately, as you know, we have to close the children's play area. One of the pieces of equipment has failed. And we're now in a position of waiting to get quotations to have that piece of equipment removed. In the meantime, the play area is remaining closed.
Yeah.
Um,
Well, since you put locks on it, it stopped people.
there
I haven't
is
seen anybody climb over it as yet.
padlocks on
Yeah.
2 gates. So what my recommendation is that the children's play area does remain closed until we get that piece of equipment removed.
Made safe.
And that during that period when we're trying to get that piece of equipment, that the chairman, and if you wouldn't mind, Councillor, if you would be granted delegated authority to review the report in its entirety with a view to preparing a list of priorities.
Yeah.
Because that will need to be considered by the P&R committee at their meeting on the 27th of July because of the budget implications. Because part of the issue you've got is that
some bits have got to have money spent on them. Yes.
Money's got to be spent, and your budget for that area was depleted during the conversations for the budget last year. So
can I ask, is there anything at all in that budget? Nothing at all.
We'll have to move stuff about again.
Nada.
The clerk's done an exercise today and squeezed every available pound out of every available cost head in anticipation of
something
what
like
it's going
this.
to cost to remove that. But
Do we know what it's going to cost? He's not come back to us.
No, we still
I
wait.
was hoping he might be back
Yeah.
by now, to be honest.
I mean, I just would add to that. I think because we're going to lose a significant piece of equipment.
Well, it's for the little ones, it's tiny what Todd's it's for, yes.
The purpose of what Clark was proposing when we spoke today was if we were awarded delegated powers to go through the report, I think we could then focus on
just 2 or 3
cost
things.
to save having to take anything else out of circulation, so that we've at least got something to offer back.
Can I ask the gentleman that did the ROSPA report? That's it. He mentioned, because I happened to be walking by and I walked, I had a word with him, and he mentioned the swings and the bushes, and he said he thought he knew a firm that could do that for us. Because I said when I was on it 12 months ago, I tried to get it sorted, and the companies that I got involved with wouldn't touch it. They said they couldn't do it. Now he said that he thought he knew a firm that would take that bar down, bush it. Bob's your uncle. Is he? And I don't even know his name.
No,
Depends on the thing. It's the same guy who does it every year, David Cliff.
David Cliff. Can we ask him if he's got?
Well, what we need to do is we need to contact Charmwood because they.
Dan Cliff.
We are part of a group of the way they do it. They do a not Charm, sorry, Hinkley. They do a procurement exercise for all parishes, so that we don't have to pay as much as. So I have to go back to Hinkley and Bosworth and find out how we contact him, but I certainly can do that.
Because if there's a firm local that can do that, otherwise it's a completely new swing, the lot, and that's we know, and that's thousands.
I mean, I think to be fair to us, in that instance, I think when we ordered the new swings,
what the last ones?
We expected the bushes to come as part of the shackle arrangement, and they didn't. So for whatever reason, whether they're not part of the pack.
No, this is the separate one. This is just the 2 kiddie swings.
That's right. That's how we've just replaced those.
The shackle goes.
But we haven't replaced the bush. All we've done is put shackles on into it.
But what we expected was the delivery of the swings.
Oh, right.
Was that there would be bushes associated with it.
Oh, I didn't realise that. Okay.
Securing pin on the shackle. So, So
Yeah.
that's what's, and he's brought it to life, and I think it's one of the most important bits.
Well, the little kids can't enter a swing at the minute. Really, well, I mean, they're all they don't. I don't think they'll fall down, but they're not right. They're not right.
So, you need to vote on your proposal.
Yes, you do, Chair.
Yeah, so, as the clerk suggests, if council is happy,
Yeah,
certainly happy.
I'm happy to do that with
Take
yourself.
that,
Yeah,
delegated power to just
go through it and try to prioritise what's what.
What it's going to cost, but put it into an order of priority for P&R on the train.
So it's not, can I just ask, it's not going to move fast
No.
that quickly?
No.
So we need to be making the village aware, really, because, I mean, we keep putting the signs are being pulled down, unfortunately, which is very difficult, but obviously we just need to make sure.
Well, as we sit at the moment, Maddie, we don't know what it's going to cost.
No.
We don't know how quick we can get anybody in to react.
Right.
So I think until we've got both of those nailed, we
Mm.
can't really even try and predict the time frame.
No.
But I don't
Okay.
think it's reasonable to try and open it with so many amount of questions.
Absolutely. Yeah.
And without following the clerk's advice
Yeah.
to do the right level of due diligence.
Yeah.
To ensure we know where we are and what the risks
Yeah.
are.
Are we continuing just to monitor the signs and just keep it?
Yes, please.
Try
Yes.
to keep
Yeah.
it.
I'm perfectly comfortable that we are taking all reasonable and practicable steps to secure the area and sign it such as people should be aware that it is closed and that particular piece of kit until it's removed has clearly got keep off signs on it. So I'm comfortable that now that we've got this monitoring regime in place with councillors, signage, that if we can maintain that, I believe that council are doing absolutely the best they can
Okay.
until such time as we have got some better news, basically.
Yeah.
But
Any
it's-
extra signage, just a bit of it as an
if you
explanation
feel
as to.
inclined, by all means, I mean,
I think, like Maddie said, just letting the parents and the public know the reasons.
I'm just hesitant to set a hair running by way of a publication, whether it be on our website or whether it be on Facebook through Markfield Community Centre or whatever, because I don't want people to start making suggestions, assumptions that it's because of this, it's because of that, it's because of something else. I think until we've actually got something that we can stand by to say,
We just write it out.
I think, I don't know what you think, David, is that you think that's probably the most sensible thing, because I mean, it's hell on earth if Facebook gets on Twitter.
Jimmy could get the wrong impression or whatever.
I mean, all I would say is, my phone is on the website, and if anybody wants to give me a call personally, I'm quite happy to have a conversation with them, and we're doing the best we can.
Yeah.
So I've got no shame in telling people that we have got financial challenges. It's well documented, so it's not anything to, that we should be ashamed of. We are where we are.
Well, I know, Klaus, you do that walk daily, don't
Yeah,
you?
and I've spoken to people already.
Just any signage that comes down, just.
Yeah. Well, I'll let you know, but when I've had people come up to me already, like I told Stuart the other day, and I told them that it's shut because of a piece of equipment down. And she said, "Oh, it's vandalism, was it?" I said, "No, I don't think it's vandalism. Nobody's saying it's that. It's just wear and tear and whatever." And I said, "We're working as fast as we can to get that piece of equipment removed and made safe so that you can walk across it without tripping up." And that's as far as I've gone at this point in time. And I told them that money's tight, but we will get that opened as soon as possible. And that's as much as I'm telling people when I walk round.
And as long as the signs are photographed periodically for the insurance company, because they'll be dated if they're taken on your phones, and then we can
do all we can
that we've done everything that we can.
Couldn't come at a worse time.
No, school holidays coming.
It always does, Chair. We
Yeah.
were in this position a couple of years ago when we were waiting for a lead-in time on equipment, and we planned to get it all open for the summer holidays,
what happened.
but we couldn't
We
get the
couldn't
stuff
quite do
delivered.
it. Came up just after, but there you go.
If it's going to
Happens all the
happen,
while.
Yeah.
it happens before the summer holidays.
Yes, always, yes.
Yes.
What was he
Good,
doing?
so if we've done that one,
Are we happy with
Trying to get
the?
into the
do we need a vote on
We
that?
do really,
Yes.
yes. Everybody's happy with that.
Could we have a show of hands on the delegated files?
Yeah.
please? Yeah.
Okay, that's
We're
good.
back
Thanks
to
very
the
much
same.
for
Thank
that.
you.
Just in case to get into any trouble.
Neighbourhood Plan Steering Committee, to receive the report of the meeting.
Yeah, that came through.
It's Lucy.
Yes, the minutes
We
of
did.
this Thursday, haven't they? I've arranged a meeting with the contacted for the next week. And just moving forward with things. Not arranged next meeting yet, but that will be soonish.
I still need to grab the vice chair and just do that piece of work on the timeline as well.
Yes, I've got a confession to make. Would you believe I can't find it?
That's bad news. Well,
I will find it, but just at the moment I can't find it. I keep Googling.
Oh, right, okay.
You know, the regulation, how long the timeline is from regulation 14. And I used to be able to find it just like that, and just at the
Oh,
moment
right.
I can't find
I
it.
thought you'd got a piece of work that you'd half done that you couldn't find. That would have been bigger.
Great Glen have just done this.
Yes, there's several.
Thank you.
Yeah,
That's
yeah,
done them.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Whether you
yeah,
yeah.
Nick there.
yes.
Is that online though?
I would imagine so, yeah.
It's not on the locality side.
No, no.
It
If
might
all
be on the
else
harbour-
fails, I'll ask you
it
to
might be
ask
on the
Daisy.
harbour
Yeah,
side.
well, I will do anyway.
I mean,
Yeah.
I can certainly put it together once I've got the
Yeah.
information, because obviously it's making the plan.
It's a statutory timeline.
Yeah,
Yeah,
yeah. I've got to
So-
feel that I understand what he did,
Yeah.
but what I don't know is A to B to C to D.
Yes.
Right, you know, what are the key dates, milestones that,
Yeah.
but we will. You get in the meeting with Daisy sort of puts that pressure back on us to
Yeah.
to
she
do.
may well be able to help you, actually.
Yeah, yeah.
Could have a
Probably-
template that.
She's probably
Yeah,
got a
Probably
template.
has Daisy. Good,
Yeah.
good call.
Maybe
Yeah.
wait until, so I'm having a Teams meeting on Wednesday,
Yeah.
so I'll update
Mm.
you after that, and
Yeah.
there's a timeline that she's provided, and we
Yeah.
can use that.
We'll use that and we'll crib somebody else's homework for once. Brilliant. Could anybody got any questions on the neighbourhood plan?
No, I think you've all got it in hand. Certainly not.
We did a
Certainly
huge
nothing to
amount
do
of
with
work.
me.
We did a huge amount of work, didn't we?
It's a slow process.
I
have
bow
to
down
admit,
to you all.
but,
Yeah, it's a complicated,
Yeah,
slow
Very
I
job.
didn't realise
complicated.
David how slow it was till I got
I know, tell me.
toe in the
now.
water with it. Yeah.
I know.
Right, item 9, the proposed diversion and creation of a public footpath OP2, appendix 3. I've had a look at this.
No, I thought they can't make it out properly.
Was probably suitably confused.
Oh, I'm glad I'm not the only one, because I was.
I think what the conclusion that I came to was because of the hands that it was in to determine through Leicestershire councils and various other interested parties, that it would be done in accordance with whatever the statutory regulations were, and therefore I think I might not have a comment to make.
Yeah, I agree.
I agree.
Oh,
I
yeah.
agree.
Has Councillor Gannon made any comments? Because this is
Is-
Barry's area, isn't it?
It's,
Yeah.
He knows the footpaths.
It's not said
He hasn't. When do we have to?
it's,
25th of
July.
Yeah.
Because I have to say, this really is Councillor Gannon's expertise.
Mm.
well, it's,
Maybe we
it's,
could prod him with an
It's
email.
it's the new, it's Barden Hills Quarry Extension.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And
You want to delegate to
They're-
people, you
they're-
can go along, right?
they're going to dig a great big hole, so they're having to
Move it.
Move
move
They've
the
got,
footpaths
they've got to
around
move it, basically,
Yeah.
yeah.
so
not-
it's safe.
Clark just made what seemed the right solution.
Might defer it to
Barry.
Barry, thanks.
Delegate with Barry to tell us to make any comment on behalf of the
Because he
council.
walks all that,
Yeah.
doesn't he? And
Yeah,
he did
yeah,
do
he did,
when
that's where
when
he's
all
now
the quarry planning came in.
I don't know whether he walks up to Barton.
He can say yay or nay, can't
He
he?
can at least have the opportunity.
Oh, hold on. Yeah, that rings a bell. Is it not Councillor Crook? No, it was Barry Gannon.
On that list of outside or
Oh.
Outside bodies, I think we did
It's
have him on.
Barry.
It was on.
It's Barry Gannon, I think.
He is, correct. There was a mention of
That
it.
would make sense.
Leicestershire Footpath Association, isn't it? Yeah,
Yes.
I think it's Barry.
It is. You're right.
Why don't we take it to the next planning meeting?
I don't think there is one before September.
Yeah, it is, it's.
Yeah.
So should we give him delegated powers then?
To make any comments that we have to.
I don't think we're going to be. Yeah,
Yeah.
I don't think we're going to be able to change it.
Okay.
Can I just say, are you confused about which
No.
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 Clear.
and you're aware that the parts exist and they're actually going to take the quarry back to us?
Yes. Yes. Yeah. That's right. They are.
But I don't think we can disagree with it, to be honest.
Right,
I don't-
could we move on to item 10, the
Flood.
2015 local flood risk management strategy? We consider whether to make a response to the proposed changes. Again, I have had a look at this and
I have nothing to propose.
no,
I couldn't work out what changes they're making,
no,
to be fair.
I probably took the line of least resistance on the basis that we're 597 foot above sea level.
I'm going to say, if we're in trouble,
Exactly.
Leicestershire.
There actually wasn't, Markfield actually wasn't in it. So,
No, it wouldn't
and
be.
No.
actually that makes sense because, like you say,
Too
we're
high
so high up.
So could I move to
So
say
just-
that we have no response?
Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah.
Yes.
No
Yes.
comment.
Yeah.
Item 11.
Yeah,
Get rid of
Chair, just to let you know, this has come to us, it's an event that happens annually. And previously, the community association always allowed the Parish Council a space on the recreation to form a show ring. And because this time it's the Parish Council and not the MCA, they've come back to us to say, can they use part of the recreation to erect their show ring? It's not a small show ring, I have to say, because the English sheepdog
It's big.
fairly substantial dogs.
They are, yeah.
And it's on a Saturday as
And
well,
it's on
isn't
a
it?
Saturday.
What
So
times?
what they normally do, apparently, I understand, is it's usually down, you know where the mover is?
Yeah.
It's usually down there. So it's quite a long way away from the play, you know, from the children's play area. But they just rope it off with orange netting. Yeah.
Meshes.
And they only use it if the weather's good. If it's not good, they go inside.
Could I ask a question which occurs to me? What is the health implications for such things as zoonosis from the dogs? What is the risk assessment? Because obviously dogs, grass
Well, they
being
should,
used
the-
afterwards.
They,
So
they should be
presumably
doing that.
they provide a
they
risk
provide a
assessment.
risk assessment
Yes.
Yeah.
based on what they're going
That would be my comment.
They would have to do that.
They provide a risk assessment.
Yes.
I mean, if we say now we're going to allow that, but we would expect an appropriate risk assessment
Correct.
to
Yes.
be you know, submitted to us along
Yeah.
with appropriate insurance cover.
Yes.
Yes.
Sorry, can I just ask? So basically, if the weather's good, they go outside, but if it's bad, they're inside.
Yes.
And that is that already booked in for the April for the inside
Yeah, they-
anyway, so
Yeah,
that's
yeah,
already.
that's
Yeah.
already in place.
Because I did think that with it being April, I did think, oh,
Yeah.
You just don't know.
It's usually an and/or situation.
and/or, yeah.
And/or.
Because
Yeah.
I do know that Mr. Goddard up at Kennels, who obviously that is a showground, the outside showground is then never used for children to be playing on afterwards because it is purely a showground.
So,
Purpose.
so if you were minded to say yes, you would need to say yes.
Subject
Proviso
to, yeah.
That
Yeah,
you've got
absolutely.
appropriate risk assessment in place and appropriate insurance.
My only concern,
And everything's cleaned up.
and
Six
not
months,
what
isn't
to
it?
say, that absolutely, but it is that obviously not aware that we've given outside space before, probably we've given it without consent, if that makes sense to the MCA. But are we not going to set a precedent and have every single dog owner in the village saying, well, if they come and have their dogs on the park, then why can't I let my dog off, and why can't I do this, and why can't I do that? When we have a level of control around there that I think in general to most people is actually observed, and even though they do let their dogs off, their dogs that are under control and people clean up after them. From my experience, that would just be my
We
only
did
observation.
actually, Maureen and David, you may have been on the council at that time or attending. We did actually have to stop dog shows on Jubilee playing fields when the parish council for a while allowed dog shows on Jubilee playing fields, and
Yeah,
we
but
had
that
to
was
stop
more,
it.
That was more training, wasn't
Was
it? Do you
it?
remember? Yes, it
Yeah.
was. It was
But we
training.
had to stop it in the end.
They had,
Yes.
yeah.
What worries me is we've got another contributor to the community centre who does do dog training. And I know there was about half an approach or a full approach to can I train my dogs outside as part of.
That person is no longer going to be living in
That-
the village
Oh right, so that's
as of
that's
the
gone
1st of
away.
September. Yeah.
But there was a dog training session there today. It was on the skater park, I believe. Was it in the basketball? It was in an area.
I think it was in basketball court.
Yeah,
Because
I
you
think it
raised a good
was.
point as well about it would be not closing it to the general public, but it wouldn't be accessible.
I
would
think
it?
it's just the fact that it's a Saturday. You know, I mean, yes, April's hit and miss with the weather, isn't it? I tend to agree that what we're in jeopardy of is once we start going, oh yes, we'll have it for this one, are we then allowing?
What
And
dog?
we've already had quite a lot of controversy over the dogs on Leeds and all of that.
Oh, yeah, yeah.
I'm wondering whether it's a route we actually need to go down.
Are you going to say
Well,
that?
it's happened before, hasn't it? It's not the first time.
It's
And
difficult
we've
because
never
I
had a
don't
problem
really know.
with it before.
I think it's difficult because
So,
when you
well,
go
we-
to like the you know, they have a fun day in Balston on their park, and part of that fun day is a dog show.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Which is, you know, it's part
Yeah.
of the day itself.
So I
So
suppose
What about the
think if
bit
you were
that's
to have
behind
a
the
fun
library?
day
That
and-
piece of ground.
Right.
Well, I've seen dog shows that they've been doing them there illegally, I suppose. They've done the shows. They've roped off that area. I've seen it last year. A couple of shows in that area. And that area, if they were to stay in that area, it's out the way of the main park.
Can I ask, when have we got to reply to them?
Well, the thing is, what they need to do is if we say no, it may well put in jeopardy the booking.
Indoor
The
booking. It will.
Yeah.
Yes, it will.
Or if we say no, it gives them an opportunity to perhaps really think about how they're going to deliver their dog show. And the more notice we give them,
The better.
the better. I
Did-
mean,
Could I propose that we write with a plan of the area, whether it be Google Map or something,
and ask them whether they
ask them to mark on there the area that they want.
Yeah.
And if we can do that next time you're available to do that chart, then we've got that on the way.
Yeah.
And then with the other provision that we get as suitably fully descriptive method statements and a clean up policy or whatever.
Yeah.
the right terminology is for
Yeah.
what in the past your dog.
And you want the insurance.
Yeah, and if
Yeah.
they could get that back to us soonest,
Yeah.
then we would look towards giving them an answer at the next available meeting after their response.
Yeah, which is more than likely to be September.
September,
Yeah.
isn't it?
Yeah.
So I think that,
Okay.
do councils feel that's a fair way of,
At least if we know where it is and how big it's.
Okay.
Yeah.
It's behind the movement, isn't it? You know what I'm saying?
If they do it behind the mood, I think that's not too.
Yeah,
It's
yeah,
out.
yeah.
Never seen
It's out
it.
of the way.
It's out the way. That's
but
not.
if they
too bad
mark
a spot.
on a plan, they can do that, and then we know.
Yeah.
That's where it was before.
Yeah. Well, that's where they've had some. That's other people are doing it
Yeah,
there as
that's
well.
what
I
I
have to agree. It's the
Make
fact
booking
that
It's out the way from the main.
It's out of the way from the
It's on the
main
main
area.
road.
When you say behind the mover, what side? You mean where the mound is?
Where the big
On-
mound is, yeah.
Towards the school, basically.
Towards the
back
school
end.
and the back of the
Yeah.
library.
Yeah.
That's
So
where
like
they've
the
had
top
them
end
before.
away from.
So it's in
Yeah,
that
yeah.
corner.
Yeah,
It's
that
in the
corner,
corner.
yeah.
Yeah.
Right,
That would be
okay.
an acceptable place.
Well, let's find out.
There's a
whether-
tree
Let's get
plants in the
that
middle of it then.
back, we can get
There's
it
a
on
tree there
September.
now,
It's
but have
very
to go round
foggy
that.
there.
Okay.
Are we all happy with that as a,
Yeah, no, that.
That seems a
Yeah,
sensible,
yeah.
yeah.
That just brings us back to the blue campaign. Do we want to defer that, or do we want to?
I think we've got to defer it.
You have
I
to.
think we have to because Kevin's running it as such, and it would be wrong, I think, to try to take a
Yeah.
decision. So
Yeah.
we leave it to it.
You can ask Kevin.
Has he
for
not
an
sent anything in
update.
by email or?
No.
He has been asked that.
He can give us an update.
Yeah.
As
Well, just to let you know that following the last meeting, I have contacted Barbara and Corey again, and the lady who has been processing the claim for the grant has been off long-term sick. So apparently, what's happened is the reason there's been a delay is because nobody's picked up her responsibilities while she's been off sick. So, but she did email me to say that she was back in the office. So hopefully we're back on track again.
My concern with it, if it's appropriate to raise it at this point, is that having done some research on the preparation and had a number of complaints from people as I'm walking around the village, why is this growing up through my fence and what's happening and all that sort of thing. I just question that we probably just need to be a little bit more
Strategic.
as far as this new council is concerned. I think we need to be brought up to speed with exactly where we are, what we're trying to do, and what is the next step. Because it is fairly difficult to
Maybe be a bit more,
respond.
bit
when
less
you
conservative.
don't-
Pull it back a little bit so we get do 2 or 3 areas first to see
Do
if
we
it
know-
works.
do we know the differences between
Well, exactly, David. You know that's
with
Yeah.
the county and their grass
Yeah.
and everybody else?
I mean, I
I've never seen it so bad.
no,
Mm.
no.
Which is
They're not
why,
even cutting junction.
which is why I think we just need to cut everything back to how it was and start it again
Start
next year
again.
personally with a strategy
If
of
Councillor Cook had been here, my proposal would have been that we put the grass this year, and
Yeah.
we should put it, and that
Work
we
out.
revisit it when we've got the funding. and
Get
when we've got
designated
better
areas
Yeah.
again.
Now,
Yeah.
if council are happy that we pass that while we sit here pending Councillor Cook coming back, if that's not appropriate, then
I think we leave. Personally, I would like to leave it
I'm-
because I don't
I'm
think we're
absolutely
doing it
happy.
and we should be doing it.
Well, we can't say wildflowers at the moment.
No, we
can
can't.
we? Is
No.
it not the
No.
wrong time of the
that's
year?
what I mean about
So
cutting it now.
can't we
Yeah.
can't we
It
just
should be cut about now anyway.
That's what I mean. But if we don't agree that now, it's not going to get cut, is it? Then we're
And we're
faced with
heading
the
in
same
we're heading
complaints, aren't we?
we're heading into the summer holidays with the kids
But
off
we need
and
council
going in.
to know that if we're going to cut the bits he's had designated, we don't really want to just
Can I ask
do
a
it.
silly question? Is there actually some wildflower seeds in these places already?
Yeah, but what they did was, they bought some, the scouts did some bee bombs
Okay.
as
Yeah.
part of their thing, and that's why they chose those areas. They did a survey, and those were the areas that were identified as being quite a good place to try these bee bombs, and the scouts did do that. They sort of scattered. I don't know how they do it, but they bought bee bombs and then put those on the areas.
And was that last year?
Yes.
Has he grown?
No.
We
No.
got any wildflowers.
No.
Yeah,
You can't see the flowers from
But
the
isn't,
ground.
isn't,
Oh,
isn't this,
No.
isn't
The only
this
area
part
where
of
you
the,
can-
of the strategy is the ground has to be prepared. It's not just a case
Yeah,
of
you can't
chucking
just chuck it
seeds.
on
No,
there.
no,
The ground has, the nettles have to be, the thorns and nettles have to be
Because they'll just overtake.
scraped
Oh,
off.
yes, I
and,
heard that on the radio.
There is
Yeah.
the
I
only
think,
area
the
that it
illusion
looks
of
good.
just throwing seeds
No, you
down and
can't just do
it
that,
doesn't
no.
work that way. That's why
No.
I'm concerned that there's no strategy towards
No.
this campaign.
So
There's no-
we've got some areas of grass. That are,
quite a lot.
Oh yeah, we've got areas of grass which are bare.
There's about
Yeah.
6.
Yeah.
Yeah,
6
Close to
areas
you.
now, because
Yeah.
we've cut the other 2 down.
Yeah.
yeah.
Close to you, Margaret, as you go down Lawn Road, the verge at the side, outside of the dog park, that overgrown area is part of it. There is an area within the dog park which is
Is-
actually
Yeah.
quite
That
under
is-
control. to be
That
fair.
is the only one that has got wildflowers and things
Yeah.
coming to it,
Yeah.
because it's such crap land.
It's under all those trees,
And
isn't
the
it?
grass is about that high, and
Yeah.
there are flowers. Everywhere else, the grass is that high.
As you walk from Lawn Way through to Tony Broad, what do you call that?
Swithland Close.
Yeah.
Through that
Yeah.
way.
Towards the
Yeah.
post office, through
Yeah.
through that.
Yeah,
Bit of a jungle there.
Yeah.
You've got a big area of grass to one side that's 3/4 away on people's fences, and then you've got a strip on the other side.
and is it our cutting? It's ours,
cutting.
not.
It's ours.
Yeah,
It's
it's
ours.
ours.
Because as part of the campaign, we asked our grounds maintenance contractor not to
Not to cut it.
So you're
I do have concerns about the ones that are next to people's boundary fences because
Yeah.
once you plant the seeds, how are people accessing the back of the fences to cut the overgrow off? Is that going to become a problem
For them.
or a responsibility of the
technically,
parish
we should
council?
have a strip of mow
Yeah, we should.
to give people that access to their external fence.
Because if they want
Then
to
we should have the
paint it or do whatever, yeah. Mm.
Sorry, Maddie.
And although the Lawn Way one seems to be
Yeah,
the best of all of them,
Green, yeah.
what I did notice when I took my dogs there
Yeah.
is that there were other dog walkers and their children, and they were going, keep out that area because you can't see dog muck. So you've then got, you've got these things coming back. Whereas if you, I don't know whether this is a bit out there, but I think planting them maybe round trees would stop. You know how trees are being
Trimming.
trimmed? I just think if we had areas that were smaller but looked and
Well, that's quite a small area on Lawn Road Green.
the lawned way one's quite big. It's that big,
It's
massive
round-
bit under
under
all
the
the
trees.
trees.
Yeah.
Yeah.
We're not going to solve it, guys.
No.
I think the proposed.
That's my concern. Is should we be cutting because
Yeah,
I think,
I think
yeah,
we cut,
Yeah, I think
give
that
up
is
for
the
this
question.
year. And
I
Oh,
think
yeah,
we
I
need.
agree with
I
that.
think we
I
need
don't think we
to.
can plant the seeds anyway this year, and ultimately these areas.
So we just tidy it up.
So until we get to a point
Well,
where we
we
understand
defer
where we
it.
are, the proposal from Councillor Harris is that we cut the grass this year. And it's whether or not council want to proceed and do that, and then revisit this blue planet when we've got better information.
I think before we do that, you need to get Kevin, get some input from Kevin.
Yeah, I think we'd better do that.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay.
But
Yeah.
I'll drop Kevin a line.
Yeah.
And
Okay.
just ask him if he can give us
So are we deferring that?
we can
If
defer.
we're
Yeah.
putting at the minute,
Yeah.
till he might say, yeah, do it, whatever.
And just as a very quick aside, if you watch the Royal Veterinary Surgeon's website, and what they will tell you is that this particular year there have been a great infestation of ticks on dogs. And they're putting a lot of that down to wildflower. While we were down in Cornwall, we got one on the eye. And it was 56 quid to take it off. So
Yeah,
so,
well,
so it's not a cheap hobby to take it off walking through Wildswell.
no, it isn't. No.
Bradgate Park.
Yeah,
Yeah,
it is.
I don't go there.
Yeah. So, right,
Yeah.
so we'll defer that. So,
Yeah,
She
that's right.
sent me,
I'm
sorry.
afraid that brings us to the end of the public session. Thank you, Richard. No,
Thanks,
it's,
Chris.
it's an emotive subject.
Let's give him a hand.
Mhm.
I've got five
Yeah.
beautiful flowers.
Yeah.
You should see it. It's an absolute
I think we should-
picture.
I love the